Or I did want to address the issue, the fact that we cannot see our windows in this foundation. That has to do with the uh, view range. We change our view range and set the cut plane to, let's try 3 feet, maybe 4 feet. So that means this has to be up at 5 feet, maybe 5 feet. Let's try that. There we go. All right, so now we finally see our windowsills, okay? Um, Bottom offset should be negative, let's try negative 2 feet. As we lost our foundation hidden lines on around the outside, so we want to bring those back for our footing. It might be too that we've got to shut off some things in this view. So actually I'm going to shut off a few things. I'm going to go to VV. I don't want to see topography in my foundation. So I'm going to go down to topography, turn it off. And there are hidden lines. I also don't really want to see my slab, believe it or not, or I want to make it so it's the surface is not visible. So if I can go to VV, I'm looking for floors. If I hit the plus sign next to that, I want to get rid of looks like I don't want to get rid of any of those. I'm thinking I'm just going to turn off the floor. So if I select the floor system or type VV and turn off floor in this view, that will be fine. And that will expose both our inside and outside. So the slab is here. We're still going to annotate it as such. For instance, I'll use the text tool. We can go ahead and use the 3/32 of an inch Arial. And I'm just going to click here within the space and type in 4-inch concrete slab, smooth, level. So there's our first piece of annotation we're going to add. We can also dimension all of our windows. And as we dimension the windows, we want to make adjustments and make sure that we don't have some funky numbers. And we want our overall dimensions. And those should certainly match what we have up above. Okay, so we've got all of our doors and our windows located. So if we need to make any adjustments or we want windows to align with windows above, you can make those adjustments. Okay. We'd also want to put our dimensions to indicate the thickness of our walls. We might add to that dimension. If you click on a dimension, that's clicking on the wall instead. Let's try to click on the dimension. There we go. You can add a suffix. So I'd put in, for instance, TYP for typical, that I'm using 8 inches typical wall thickness. We probably want to tag these windows as well. So I'm going to hit tag by, tag all rather, windows. And we'll give these windows a better letter than that. If I go to our floor plan, I don't believe we need that to be N. We can change that to, looks like E. So I'll go back to foundation, select one of the windows and change it to an E, and it should change all of the other windows. All right, we don't really need to have any other information here because we don't need lally columns. We can span the 20 feet. If we did need to put in lally columns, we would put in lally columns through architecture columns, and actually structural columns. And we have a concrete round column, or actually better yet, a hollow structural column that we can change the size of. So this one looks like it's already 4 inches, but that is a lally column that would be filled with concrete. We place that in there in the proper locations and dimension it, and we'd be all set. So there's our plan all laid out. When we go to our view for our plans and details, that one's all set. Now in the next video we'll annotate the detail here.